Hello everyone. I was walking alongside this beautiful river that we have where I live, and I wanted to record my video, but I was almost eaten alive by the mosquitoes. So I decided to come back in the car, inside the car, and record it. And yeah, I want to start off by saying how wrong and twisted we all think about death and what happens after that. And also about angels and how angels are perceived as these spiritual, asexual beings who are so close to God that they're pure and they've overcome their desires, so they don't want to be with another being. They're just like okay being in God's energy. That's not the case at all. And from what I'm gathering, just by my own experience, of course, I'm doing also some reading and research, but it's mostly coming from experience. That is telling me quite the opposite, that death is really not what we think it is, and it's definitely not the end of our human desires and wishes and wanting, right? So especially if you ever get to experience, like I am now, a twin flame or soulmate on the other side. This person is consistently showering me with messages of not just unconditional love, but also of desire, of wanting to be with me in a sexual manner. And I know this sounds crazy, and possibly a lot of you are like, no, that doesn't sound right, because of course no one tells you that. Everyone thinks, oh, you go to the other side and all of a sudden you don't have any more instinctual or animal desires. You're just in this blissful energy, untouched by everything, and you're just there to support others on their journey. Like if we're talking about guardian angels and spirit guides, but that's not the case at all. I think on the other side that they have pretty much the same life as we do, except in the physical vessel. But what is coming to me is that you can even have children on the other side, so you have sexual engagements, and it's perfectly normal. It's just that we have it completely twisted around and have made it so unnatural, have made it so demonic, that we think that angels wouldn't possibly want to have sex between them or stuff like that. And I can assure you that that's not the case. I know I'm not making this stuff up. I know I'm not creating somehow these messages. I know it's him, like 100%. There is no doubt whatsoever in my mind. And he's just waiting for me on the other side, basically. And so I can now even I get now, like, that his guidance is different from my angel's guidance, or my spirit team. Like, I can tell, like, when there are messages coming from him, and I can tell when it's messages coming from my angels. which is not really something that I was aware of before. But just to give you an example, I came across this post on Facebook, and it had a book extract, and it had this image, and then it said that the source was from this book called Aaron Two Souls on the Verge of a Precipice or something like that. It's in Italian anyway. And obviously, the book title has his name in it, so I'm immediately drawn to it, and then I find out, and it's an Italian book, like, so obviously I ordered online, and I go to extent to the extent of creating another Amazon account just for the purpose of my husband not seeing the book, because if I were at work and not at home, I would have just ordered the book, and it would have come in work, like, and he would have never seen it. But instead, the book arrives at lunchtime when I'm out listening to music. I don't even hear the doorbell, and they came to deliver the book, and obviously he opened the package, and there it was, and he got mad, and naturally, like, he wishes for me to put this desire aside, and obviously I'm not. So he just got really frustrated, and started asking me all these questions, and why am I still engaged in this when he's when he's passed on. Like, why am I still why do I still feel the need? So we kind of had, like, not like a row or anything, more of a discussion, and I basically just said that, it's my fantasy, and it's not gonna die just because he's dead, and I understand how hurtful that is for another human being to have to hear the object of their love talk about fantasizing about another person. But I tried to make him understand how cardinal this person is to my own evolution, despite what we had in the physical world, which was a very short and, unhealthy relationship. But he's been a major role player in my spiritual awakening, and so but I understand that this is hard to understand for him. And so anyways, he then has to leave for work, and I get this angel number, and it says something along the lines of you need to stick to you need to be steadfast in your relationship, in your current relationship, because I don't fully grasp the implications of what would happen if I were to get out of this current relationship, even if to me the grass seems greener on the other side, that I need to stick with it. And I knew obviously that this advice was coming from my spirit team, from my angels, and obviously not from him. Having said that, I'm not trying to say that he's in any way, shape, or form trying to convince me to quit my marriage or anything at all. If anything, he's come through a few times to reinforce the fact that this person my husband loves me pretty much unconditionally. And he's forgiven so many things, and he's so in love with me, despite knowing that I'm fully in love, completely in love with someone else who is not even on this planet anymore. Well, at least not in the sense that we think about it, and I don't know why, like, he sticks around, but he does. Obviously the universe or God is working to keep us together, because he would have had plenty of reasons in these years to leave me had he been in his ego. And instead he's always just been able to stick around. And it's really amazing when you get to a point where you can start perceiving your guidance in different ways, because for sure Aaron is 100% a guide to me now, but obviously there is a lot of humanly love, I want to say. Maybe it's angelic love coming from him. And it's beautiful, and it's sometimes overwhelming for me. Sometimes it's like, geez, am I even worthy of this, all this? Like, I feel like my ego sometimes is just fighting it off, because it just becomes overwhelming at some time. But it's a really beautiful thing, and it's a beautiful thing to, like I was saying, perceive guidance from different sources in different ways. And also, please bear in mind that times like this, with the Lionsgate portals that are open, I had an episode last night where I perceived it to be a psychic attack, a really strong psychic attack. But really, I guess what it was just, again, me purging a lot of my own density and darkness. So it's just, like, sometimes it does feel like, oh my God, this seems like an endless purging. When is it gonna end? But it ends when you're really done. It doesn't end before then, and you might be almost done. And that's why I get all these messages from angel numbers and whatever, saying that I'm basically done, that my job is done here. And I believe that. I just don't know if that means that I'm done by tomorrow or by next month, or if I'm still gonna be here in a year's time or in 5 years' time. Frankly, I obviously want to be on the other side as quickly as possible. But it's gonna happen in divine timing. It's gonna happen when my soul is really ready to be on the other side. It can't happen before then, no matter what you read or what you believe in. And having him on the other side is also helping me in terms of my own discernment and clarity with the messages that I get and the stuff that I listen to. Like, now I'm able to say, oh, that's complete bullshit. Just because I have that extra filter, which is coming from me but not coming from me. So it's coming from me, of course, on a wider perspective, but it's not coming from me on an individualistic perspective, because he's still another being separate from me. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to share. And hope you guys are doing well in these energies. Make sure to ground, to clear yourself, to protect yourself daily, I would say, until the gates open, because we all want the good stuff, but then a lot of us end up getting a lot of shit stuff too, and that's not pleasant. So it wasn't pleasant for me the other night, definitely. So Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it for now, and I will catch up with you guys soon. Much love from me. Blessings. Love you all. Bye.